This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Jaxon Stallings.
And I'm Kiley Phillips. Last weekend, people around the world observed Earth Day 2023, and later this week, the Texas Tech campus will host the centennial edition of the annual Arbor Day celebration.
With those events on the calendar, another student organization decided to add to the university's efforts to save the planet with a week-long schedule of events. MCTV's Natalie Dupree stopped by the Sub West Plaza to find out more.
It's Green Week for Texas Tech University. The Student Government Association has been putting on a series of activities for students to participate in, encouraging them to live environmentally friendly. On Tuesday, the Student Government-sponsored Green Week series presented a thrift store expo in the Free Speech area, outside of the Student Union building starting from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now you might wonder, what role does thrift store fashion play in going green? Texas Tech Student Government Journal clerk Carmen Evans explains that sustainability in fashion is something college students should think about because it helps our environment.
So today we're focusing on fashion sustainability. It's one of our program days, and so we brought in a bunch of thrift stores from town because a lot of students, a big part of being in college is sometimes you don't know things exist in the town that you're in, and so we wanted to give opportunities for thrift stores, especially if they were student-owned thrift stores, to come out and sell to students and just promote sustainable fashion practices, just because it's all around better for the environment when you're not buying fast fashion. It's something that's getting to live another life.
Green Week will continue with a student winning the Drive a Tesla for a Day raffle, and students have been more than happy to participate in SGA's Green Week.
Honestly, I was just walking by the Sub, and then I saw a bunch of clothes up, and I love the vintage stuff, so I decided to come check it out, and leaving this with a nice grab.
For MCTV, I'm Natalie Dupree.
Green Week 2023 officially ends this week with the Centennial Arbor Day celebration. The event starts at 11 a.m. tomorrow in Memorial Circle, and it includes free food, lawn games, and live music. Then at 1:30 p.m., the event in Memorial Circle will end and students will head out to plant flowers, trees, and other greenery to help beautify the campus. For more information on Arbor Day 2023, visit sab.ttu.edu.
Throughout the month of April, Texas Tech has observed Sexual Assault Awareness Month with more than 20 events both on and off campus. Yesterday, the final stretch of this year's events calendar kicked off by joining people around the world to bring attention to an important issue. Take Back the Night was held yesterday evening starting at 7:30 p.m. in Memorial Circle. Take Back the Night is an annual interactive event that helps empower survivors and educate the community while raising awareness to the issue of sexual violence. Multiple people from the Texas Tech and Lubbock communities addressed the crowd to talk about their experiences with sexual assault. The event was also opened up to those in attendance to give anyone who wanted to speak up the chance to address the crowd. Several campus groups were also in attendance to offer resources and support and let students know that they don't have to face sexual violence alone. Last night's event also served as the conclusion of Denim Day, a day when people around the world wear jeans and denim clothing to show support of survivors of sexual assault. The day-long observance takes place every year on a Wednesday in April. Texas Tech's observance of Sexual Assault Awareness Month continues tonight with yoga in the park session led by a UREC instructor. The Office of Risk Intervention and Safety Education, Fitwell, and the American Medical Students Association Advocacy Group will also be on hand to offer resources regarding sexual assault. Tonight's session starts at 6 p.m. on the south side of Urbanovsky Park by the pond. For a list of this weekend's remaining events, visit rise.ttu.edu/SAAM.
Texas Tech School of Music features weekly concerts and recitals showcasing talented Red Raiders. With the last day of classes set for next Tuesday, the department is wrapping up its schedule of spring performances this week. On Tuesday night, the School of Music held its final band concert of the semester in Henley Recital Hall. Starting at 7:30 p.m., the Symphonic Band presented their Made in America concert, featuring works by famous American composers. Tuesday's selections included pieces by Aaron Copland, William Grant Still, Morton Gould, and Henry Fillmore. Each selection was conducted by Professors Eric Allen and Derek Eldridge, who took turns leading the Symphonic Band through the night. Along with Tuesday's concert being one of the final performances of the spring, it was also the last time the Henley Recital Hall will be used this year. Next week, the facility will be closed to start renovations that are expected to conclude by spring of 2024. Himley Recital Hall is the School of Music's primary performance facility, but during the fall of 2023, concerts and recitals will be relocated to other facilities on and off campus. The renovations are part of the master plan that started after receiving a huge financial gift from the J.T. and Margaret Talkington Foundation in 2016. The School of Music's spring calendar officially comes to a close this Sunday when the TTU Choirs and Symphony Orchestra combine for the Synergy Concert at the Helen DeWitt Jones Theater at Bully Holly Hall. This concert starts at 7:30 p.m. and it's free and open to the public.
As Jackson just mentioned, the last day of classes is less than a week away, and that means that final exams are also just around the corner. With that in mind, one campus department held a 2-day opportunity to help students end the year on a high note. The Department of University Coaching and Student Achievement held their first year finish event yesterday and today in the Sub-Matador Room. Students could stop by from 1 to 4 p.m. on both afternoons to meet up with staff members from the department, along with representatives from groups who offer education resources to anyone enrolled at the university. However, this week's event was geared specifically to help Red Raiders who may be facing finals for the first time in their college career.
So first year finish, this is the very first time this event has been put on. This is all geared toward our first year students, wanting them to get all of the resources that they need to get past that first year finals finish line. So we have a bunch of campus partners here like SI, life coaching, the campus resources that are in the career center, the writing center. All of them are here all in one place to help students get tutoring or life coaching, work on study skills, different strategies, anything that's going to help them just crush those first year finals.
Attendees stopping by First Year Finish also had the chance to grab free drinks and snacks along with swag provided by various university groups. Although this was the first time for University Coaching and Student Achievement to host the First Year Finish event, they hope to hold the event again in the spring of 2024.
So far, the final week of April has included a roller coaster of temperatures and weather conditions, but that seems to be the theme for this spring in West Texas.
The variety of conditions may not be ending anytime soon, including later today when a cold front moves through this area. But does that mean that you'll need to pull out a heavy jacket to head to class again? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV Tower Cam is currently showing bright, sunny skies, and that has been the case since storm clouds moved out of the area early this morning. The sunshine is helping temperatures climb a bit faster than yesterday, and highs should just top out at above 80 degrees late this afternoon. Wind speeds are also a bit lighter than yesterday, with speeds hovering between 10 to 15 miles per hour. After sunset, temperatures will drop slowly and it should be a nice mild evening. Lows will eventually bottom out around 50 degrees, but that won't happen until after midnight. Early tomorrow morning, a cold front will move into the area, brought in by gusty winds that will start shortly after sunrise. Wind speeds are expected to climb as high as 35 miles per hour, and that will lead to a big change in temperatures. Highs tomorrow are only expected to reach the high 50s, and gusty winds will be an issue throughout the day. The temperature change will continue past sunset, with lows dropping into the upper 30s. Luckily, after Friday, conditions will begin to improve and Saturday is looking much nicer. Temperatures should rebound into the mid-70s and wind speeds will be a lot lighter. Sunday will be even warmer, with highs climbing near 90 degrees. Both days should include lots of sunshine and light to breezy winds. Looking ahead, the last full week of the semester should include more consistent temperatures, but weather conditions could vary, with a chance of thunderstorms late in the week.
Texas Tech features one of the top law schools in the state, helping thousands of Red Raiders become lawyers since its inception.
Along with regular curriculum, students in the school also have had the chance to be a part of conferences and symposiums focused on important issues. MCTV's Brian Crane stopped by the event earlier this month to find out how a pressing international topic is giving students a chance to learn from experts around the world.
I'm here at the Texas Tech School of Law for the 2023 Criminal Law Symposium on Russia, Ukraine, and the challenge of wartime accountability. Here, experts from both the United States and abroad discuss the ongoing conflict in Ukraine as well as the consequences for the Russian state.
The event took place inside Lanier Auditorium on April 11th. Professor Jeffrey Korn represented Tech and participated at the panel discussion.
And there's been a tradition at the law school to do a law review symposium focused on criminal law every year that leads to an issue of the Texas Tech Law Review. and I decided this year to make the theme International Criminal Law, with a focus on the conflict in Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine, and all of the legal issues related to accountability for war crimes and other violations of international law.
The symposium is part of a wider process for law students. Hosting a yearly law review is part of the law students' curriculum and feature a variety of rotating topics depending on real-world scenarios.
The Law Review at any law school is the premier scholarly journal that's produced by the law school. They solicit articles from scholars around the country and around the world, and then the students select the articles for publication, do all the editing, and then it's published.
Attending this year's symposium was Roger Bartels. He is both a colleague of Professor Korn as well as a former student. A Dutch native, he's a prosecutor of international law at The Hague in the Netherlands.
I work in what I call international humanitarian law, but it's often also referred to as the laws of armed conflict, and it's a small community. As I've met most of the persons here on this panel on events that relate to this, because it's a small community, and the community tries to help each other, but also together make the law better and better applicable.
Roger took a moment to detail the process for certain international laws to be created.
Well, so one thing with law is that law always runs one step behind. Something has to happen, a big event has to happen for politicians to think like we need to create a law prohibiting that. My hope is that as bad as it is, the conflict in Ukraine, that at least this will create some impetus for politicians to again come together and create laws that are better adaptable to the current times. Because at the moment, states are just unwilling to create new laws.
I'm Brian Crane, and this is MCTV.
A Red Raider who has been making news around the world this season is continuing to leave a legacy as he made history again this week. Men's golf's Ludwig Aberg won his second Big 12 championship yesterday at Prairie Dunes Club in Hutchinson, Kansas. Ludwig's 69 in the final round helped him achieve what no other member of the Big 12 had done before, the lowest score in the conference's history. Aberg's score of 15 under par was equal to the combined scores of the second, third, and fourth place finishers. Aberg also became the first player in the history of the Big 12 to win back-to-back individual championships. Aberg and the men's team will now wait to find out where they will go for the NCAA tournament. On the other side, the women's team has already received their NCAA bid, finding out that they will be headed to Pullman, Washington for the regional round. The competition will run May 8th through May 10th, and the Red Raiders enter the Pullman Regionals at the number 6 seed.
The Texas Tech baseball team is preparing for another weekend conference series, but earlier this week, the Red Raiders headed to Abilene in hopes of scoring a road win against a tough regional opponent. The Red Raiders met up with the Abilene Christian Wildcats on Tuesday evening. The game started at 6 p.m. and continued through 3 scoreless innings, but then in the bottom of the fourth, the Wildcats' bats got hot, scoring 6 runs with only 1 out. But a few minutes after ACU's Holden Rook hit a triple into left field, lightning was detected nearby, leading to a rain delay. 2 hours later, the game was finally suspended, leaving Tech losing 6-0 in the bottom of the fourth. ACU comes to town on May 9th for the second part of the series, but the rest of Tuesday's games could be made up before starting Game 2. In the meantime, the Red Raiders will be headed north to Manhattan to take on the Kansas State Wildcats this weekend. Kansas State is the third to last Big 12 series for Tech, and the Red Raiders are still looking for a conference sweep in 2023. Game 1 starts at 6 p.m., followed by a 4 p.m. first pitch on Saturday and a 1 p.m. start on Sunday. All 3 games will be available through ESPN+. Tech softball has been off since another Big 12 series loss to Kansas this past weekend, but they get one last chance to improve their resume for the postseason on their home diamond. The Red Raiders will welcome in the Oklahoma State Cowgirls for their final regular season series starting Friday at 6:30 p.m. OSU is currently ranked 7th in the country, and Tech could definitely use some victories over a ranked opponent to increase their chances of an NCAA tournament berth. This weekend series continues on Saturday and Sunday at Rocky Johnson Field with TV coverage on ESPN+.
Tonight could be a huge moment for a member of the Texas Tech football team, with an almost guaranteed chance to be one of the first college players named called in the 2023 NFL Draft. Tyree Wilson is currently in Kansas City for the first day of this year's draft. Wilson's name has been mentioned as a top prospect since he last wore a Red Raider uniform in December. But with the last couple of months, Wilson's draft stock has gone through the roof, with several predictions showing him as the 8th pick of the first round to the Atlanta Falcons, but some as high as the 4th to the Texans. Either way, Wilson is projected to join a very small group of Red Raiders to be drafted in the first round. The most recent first-round selection came in 2017 when Patrick Mahomes was drafted to the Kansas City Chiefs as the 10th overall pick. The arts community has become a lot more prominent here in Lubbock over the last few decades, with the addition of the regular events such as the First Friday Art Trail.
But long before the art trail was even imagined, local artists came together to form an event that has showcased the area's creativity for more than 40 years. MCTV's Miguel Junco recently took a trip to downtown Lubbock to discover all the art community has to offer.
The 45th Annual Lubbock's Arts Festival is here at the Lubbock Memorial Civic Center from April 15th through the 16th.
Recognized by the Texas Festival and Events Association as the best in Texas since 2021, the event boasts 2 concerts, over 100 artists from across the country, and entertainment for those of all ages. Elizabeth Grigsby, Executive Director of the Lubbock Arts Alliance, says that the event's theme has added to the art festival experience.
We are having a musical celebration with the theme of The Beat Goes On, and so we have some special exhibits and stages related to that.
The event's musical theme showcases rock and roll memorabilia from artists like Jimi Hendrix to classic bands like the Beatles. The main entryway displays the cultural mesh and artistic interpretations of Julie Borden, the painter of music. Grigsby notes that audiences have been coming and enjoying the various aspects of the art festival in droves.
We have had an incredible turnout. I think by the end of the event, it will probably be one of our best attended events in quite a while.
A juried gallery of artworks is available for viewing alongside live performances next to the main hall. Parents and children are welcome to visit the art area, containing musical entertainment, artwork from local children, and 10 different kids spots with free activities.
There's something for everyone. It's a family-friendly event, and there's lots of beautiful art for people to come out and purchase.
Check out the Lubbock Arts Festival website for more information about the various activities and events.
For MCTV, I'm Miguel Junco.
So Jackson, did you have a chance to check out this year's art festival?
I did. It was a lot of fun. What about you?
I didn't have a chance to, but I want to go next time. Well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.